Let's get this knocked out. See how everything sounds. Alrighty. Hello everyone, Bubba Ninja 720 here, bringing you part 136 of my live stream playthrough for Final Fantasy 14. Let's get back with that story. Halric. Oh god, don't tell me he's wandered off again. Quickly, hero, we have to find him. Oh, Alice, I didn't see you there. If you're looking for Halric, he's gone for a walk with one of the others. They were planning to visit the graveyard, if I'm not mistaken. Well, that's a relief. Shall we adjourn to the graveyard, then? It's a very grim place to go to. Lefty! We didn't see you last time. There he is. I was afraid he'd wandered off again. Oh, there's no need to worry. Halric's safe and well. He's been showing good progress and likes to go for walks of late. Those steps usually bring him to this particular spot. Oh, I wasn't aware he had family here. He doesn't. It's Tesseline, her sword, that is. We buried it here in her honor. So he remembers. What brings you back so soon out of our interest? I didn't think the next round of treatments was due yet. No, it isn't. Look, I realize this is sudden, but I've come to say goodbye. It's time for me to return home. But rest assured the treatments will continue. Becklug will come to oversee them in my stead. I see. You did mention that you and your friends were searching for a way home. Needless to say, we'll be sorry to see you go, but I know everyone will be happy for you, truly. Happy and grateful. You've done so much for us, achieved that what none of us dared hope was possible. And we'll see to it that your good work continues and that no more poor souls are buried here before their time. So rest easy and take care. We wish you every happiness. Thank you. I will miss you all. But it isn't time to say our farewells quite yet, so if there are any tasks that need doing, hunting bees, fetching water, and what have you, just say the word. I mean to make use of every last moment here, after all. The time left to you is precious. That's right, Halric. That's exactly right. Those words will guide you true, so never forget them. And neither will I. Yeah, Tesseline was one of the many souls we had to say goodbye to in this story. What? I'm not crying. I just have sand in my eye, that's all. As I mentioned, I mean to stay here as long as possible. In the meantime, perhaps you could go and look in on the others. Alphino, for instance, if anyone is crying, it will be him. I kind of want this music. I need to figure out how to get it. Probably have to do a bunch of Amarang missions, or fates. Oh, wow, I cutscened as soon as I got in here.
Oh, Alpha, no!
Please, Lady Chai, dry your eyes.
Never seeing you again is more than my poor heart can bear.
Oh, it's you. As you can see, Alphino has broken the news. I don't know how to console her. She thinks we'll be lost without him.
You're certainly well loved. Make sure you leave nothing unsaid. A picture paints 1,000 words.
You'll never let me forget it, will you? I'll have you know I completed the promised painting in the end. Be that as it may, there are times only words will suffice. Lady Chai, I have a confession to make. On the day we ousted Lord Vorthree, when I revealed the truth of his tyranny and your complicity in his crimes, I did so with great trepidation. Not out of fear that you wouldn't listen, but that you might never recover. There was a time when I, too, in my hubris, believed myself worthy to lord it over others. And when the lie was laid bare, when I was forced to confront the cost, the lives lost, it all but destroyed me. To awaken from a naive dream to so harsh a reality, I would have understood had you all surrendered to despair. But you didn't surrender. Far from it. You picked yourselves up and rose to the challenge. You found a path forward and the strength to walk it, and to keep walking it, day after day. But what struck me is how much faster you found it than I did.
Really? That felt pretty slow to me. But rest assured, we'll make Yulmore into a nation anyone would be proud to call home. Eventually. You can still come and go as you please, I believe. When we have good tidings to report, I may trouble you to be their bearer.
Count on me.
There may also be less than good tidings, in which event I hope I can trouble you for your counsel.
I should be honored to provide it, Master Chai.
Oh, Alphino, I know you aren't one to sit still, but do remember to take your ease from time to time. And no matter where you are, remember that there are people here who are praying for your health and happiness. Our brave and gentle artist, you have our love, now and always.
And you mine. Please take care.
They're gonna make me run into Titania. Ah, raining outside. I don't have any stuff to buy, okay. To the strange feeling, hero, to stand in the company of our friends knowing that I will never see them again. I struggle to reconcile it in my mind. But this I know, I shall cherish my memories of Norvrant, of every soul I met here, for the rest of my days. And I shall look forward to your tales of their endeavors. The journey continues. Oven meatballs, probably be a good one. Forgive me, I realize now that I never asked you what business brought you here. Can I be of assistance? No, just checking up. Alice said that, did she? Well, as you can see, I am quite alright now, unlike her, by the sound of it. Perhaps you might consider visiting Urianger next. Given his conversance with the idiosyncrasies of the Fey folk, I doubt it will be an issue, but a small part of me worries that they may not relinquish him willingly. As such, I would feel better if you were to look in on our friend, assuming you have the time, of course. Sure. Little Loran. Getting closer and closer to Endwalker. Ha! I should have the pleasure of welcoming a guest, even as mine own occupation draweth to a close. What bringeth thee hither, my friend? Just checking up on you. So thou wouldst grant the Exarch a final tour of the realm which hath been his home these 100 years, a noble gesture. As for Master Alphino's concerns, thou mayest rest assured that all is well here. Far from detaining me, our Fey friends have agreed to assist in the transportation of these tomes unto the Cabinet of Curiosity. Not more remaineth to be done. Regardless, 'tis well that thou didst come, for I have been meaning to show something to thee. An object I chanced to find after thy victory over Elidibus. Is it another crystal? Though it hath lost its radiance, 'tis unmistakably a crystal of light, one that did in all likelihood once belong to Ardbert. Having been interred with his body, it would have remained upon his person after his possession by Elidibus. And when his mortal form was, forgive mine indelicacy, consumed by thy foe to fuel his transformation, I posit that the crystal did tumble free. Save that which doth abide in thee, it is all that remaineth of our friend. And if thou art willing, I would have thee deliver it unto Seto. Kinda figured. Can think of no worthier recipient than he, and no more fitting a bearer than thee. As ever, thou wilt find the Amaro in Wollecdorf. My thanks, hero. Wollecdorf always reminds me of Blood Omen. Could have sworn there was a town named Wollecdorf in the first game. Tis a bit foggy out. I've been fixing up my portraits a little bit. Some of these aren't even worked. There's Seto. Ah, full glad am I to see you safe and well. Rumors spoke of strange spectral foes bent on your destruction. But with the sky returned to normal, I assume all is well again. So, to what do I owe the pleasure of this visit? I thought you put it inside of the nest.
Is that Ardbert's crystal?
Mm-hmm.
So it is. It has changed, but I would know it anywhere. However, did you come by it?
Long story.
Then, even in death, his enemies found a way to profit from his sacrifice. Oh, it grieves me to think of his body being used for evil ends. But, thanks to you, his honor is restored, and he may finally find peace. No words can express my gratitude. I will keep this crystal safe to the end of my days. Rest easy, my friend. You have earned it.
Tell me, does anything strike you as different about my soul? And close your eyes.
Pardon? Very well. How can this be?
Seto, my old friend. You've grown.
Oh, Artbert, how I've missed you. I'm sorry I couldn't keep you safe, or even console you. Had I only learned to speak sooner, I would have told you how much you meant to me, how much I cared.
I knew. I always knew. But I'm happy to hear it nonetheless. Thank you, Seto. My partner in crime.
I see. His journey continues. Then I will not yet bid him rest. With you, he may look forward to many more adventures. It has been a while since last I flew. Perhaps I too will go on a little adventure. Ride the winds, seek the horizon. Yes, I think perhaps I will.
I haven't even finished completing all the maps. I've been shirking some duties here and there. I might actually be able to get another video in if I'm quick about it. Interesting. Ah, thou art returned. Tell me, how did Seto receive thine offering? It revitalized him. Remarkable. 'Twas fated that thou shouldst be the one to undertake this task, I think. As Ardbert liveth on in thee, so too shall he and his comrades live on in the hearts of the people of Norvrand. And their tale, now rightly told, shall inspire new warriors of light for generations to come. Unto the morrow. Ooh, I get a present. Now, assuming thou intendest to continue thy tour, might I suggest Slitherbough as thy next destination? Sure thing. The task of tidying up one's abode is seldom light work, yet I suspect Y'shtola's is heavier than most. Suffice it to say, a pair of helping hands might not go amiss. Yep, going to Slitherbough. Should have went down instead of up. Oop, she's right here. And what is this? Have you come to spy on me? No, I'm checking up. Does Oriange truly think me so slovenly? The nerve. Loath as I am to disappoint, I put my affairs in order some time ago. I've even bade my farewells. To everyone save Runar, that is. He's nowhere to be seen. There he is.
Master Matoya. For too long I have remained silent, but no longer. I could not bear it if you were to leave.
Oh.
Please, stay. I beg of you.
Yeah, the problem about that is, though, buddy, you're kind of condemning her to death.
Runar, please.
I jest. At least in part. What I came to say is this. Thank you. Without your wisdom, your strength, and your kindness to guide us, our people would still be lost. We will never forget you, Master Matoya. Wherever your journeys may take you, you will always be in our hearts.
And you in mine. Remember that your people's journey, that our people's journey is yet ongoing. Your lives will change, and so too will your dreams. Yet come what may, you need not forsake your time-honored traditions, nor less your beliefs.
It just came to me. She basically fulfills the Matoya of the original Final Fantasy game, because the original Matoya was blind.
But neither should you be beholden to them. For it was with curiosity and courage that the Knights Blessed first triumphed over adversity. New knowledge and new wisdom are ever worthy of pursuit.
Indeed they are. And so, Until we return to the Sunless Sea, we shall endeavor to live our lives to the fullest.
That is well. But however great your strides, there may yet come a day when the challenges you face cannot be surmounted alone. On such a day...
On such a day?
You may call on me. Since a means to travel between worlds exists, you can be sure I will find a way to employ it. And there remain so many mysteries here that want for solving.
Master Matoya!
Runehart, really?
Honestly, he's a boy in the body of a man. Anyway, it is time we headed back to the Crystarium, shall we? You still have to take the Exarch to Nabatharang. I see. Very well. You can look in on Thancred while you're about it. His will be a difficult farewell, and I am sure he would appreciate your support. The path goes through Twine. If you wait there, you're like to meet him on the way back, if not before. I'm gonna go to Twine. You too? What is this, my bloody name day? I see. Yes, Thancred was here, and Reen too. They said they wanted to go to Navatharang, so we gave them the use of the trolley. That's right, the old girl's up and running again, but we didn't just put her back together, mind you. No, with a little bit of help from Master Chai. We made her faster. And stronger. Oh yes, the future of trolleys is looking brighter than ever. Whisper it, but I reckon it might be time. Time to reach for the stars of the trolley to dwarf all trolleys. If you ask me, we'd be better off making them smaller. That way they could fit in narrow shafts. But that's genius. Why didn't I think of that? Enough. You can daydream in your own time. In case you've forgotten, our priority is to have more working trolleys. That's why we turned to China's, by the way. Not to make the one trolley we've got go faster, we needed help getting a few Talos back in working order, see? We were out testing them when your airship came down, as a matter of fact. You seem to have a habit of crashing things. We're back, our thanks for the loan of the trolley. Hero, what are you doing here? Don't tell me the others are waiting for us. Nope, just checking up. That's a relief, at any rate. We've done what we came to do, which means I'm ready to leave, or as ready as I'll ever be. Not to pry, but what's going on? You off somewhere? You could say that. I'm heading home. So you're heading home. I'm just a simple miner and don't know much about this world traversing business. But the young lady here, she'll be looked after, will she? I'll be fine, thank you. I have a place to stay at the Crystarium and don't want for anything. Besides which, I've no shortage of friends I could turn to, friends like you lot. Please don't worry, I'll be fine, really. If you say so. It being a matter of life and death, I suppose you have to leave. But I, for one, would still be torn. If the choice were mine, I'm not sure I could bear the beef harder for my family. No, but it's for the best. Rena's chosen to walk her own path, and she doesn't need me under her feet. Besides, I have my own responsibilities, and I wouldn't be setting a very good example if I neglected them. Perhaps not. Either way, I envy your dilemma. Well then, young lady. If there's anything you need, anything at all, you're to call on us. It may surprise you, but we could do more than simply offer you trolley rides. Thank you, Magnus, everyone. Shall we then? If you've nowhere left to visit, we can go back to the Crystarium together. Sure, but I'll teleport there. While you guys can go on foot. See? I'm just gonna displace myself. But you guys will still get there faster. Oh, it's you. You're probably wondering why I'm not with the others. It's just... I always knew that everyone would leave one day, and I always hoped and prayed that we would find a way to send them home. But now that the time has come, I just feel lost. Lost and lonely. I don't want our last moments together to be sad. I want to hold myself together just long enough to say the thing that I need to say, but I'm not sure I can even do that. I'll be there with you, and you can do it. I'll be with you. Right. Thank you, hero. I think we all feel braver with you around. Go on ahead and join the others. I'll be along after I've taken a few deep breaths.
That's everyone then. We've all said what we needed to.
Even as we speak, Backlog undertaketh their final inspection of our spirit vessels. When thine own preparations for the journey are complete, thou art to present thyself in the ocular.
Everyone? I want to thank you all, on behalf of the First. You, and Minfilia, and the Exarch. Without each and every one of you guiding us, fighting for us, we wouldn't be standing here now. There wouldn't even be a here. And no words can express our gratitude. We still have a lot to do. Countless trials to overcome. But if it ever seems too much, I'll think of our time together. The happy moments, and the sad. I will remember it all. And it will give me the strength to carry on without you. Because you made me who I am. Minfilia. Reen. To honor these names and these memories, I will stand with all the people of this land and strive for a better tomorrow.
Thancred, I believe the honor of responding should rightfully be thine.
I know better than most how much you've grown, and I have every confidence you'll make your people proud. Gods know I'm proud of you. I always will be. You deserve all the happiness in the world, and more.
Might we also say a few words?
Sneaky snacky.
Why, this is just about all of you.
To see you off seemed the least we could do. You risked your all for us, fought for a realm not your own. Before you came, we had never known the beauty of the night sky.
Hey, how's it going, Plex?
Or the joy of your company.
Perfect timing. I'm gonna try and do a 7 days a little bit later. Now, well, right after this stream. There's a lot of quote-unquote furry characters in this game.
Though it saddens us deeply to bid you farewell, it has ever been our way to send off friends with a smile. Wherever your road should lead, we shall pray for your safety. And following your brave example, we shall continue to fight for the Crystarium.
With or without us, you've always taken good care of this city. I don't doubt for a moment you'll continue to do so.
Aye. A more resilient people we have never known. As resilient and enduring as the tower that watches over you.
To the last, we did not question the Exarch about his past. It is only now, when he can no longer tell us, that we believe we know the answer. We have heard what became of him, and what is about to be attempted. All will be well. Of this we are certain. How could it be otherwise, when every soul in the Crystarium is praying for it with all their heart?
Yeah, quite a bit of sniping that I've missed out from you, buddy.
And so, when our Lord awakens, I bid you give him a message. Tell him he needn't worry about us. That he need no longer hide who he truly is. That he should live his own life to the fullest. And that if he should ever find himself reminiscing on the past with a smile, we shall be smiling with him. Will you tell him this?
Word for word, or I'll do my best. I'll do word for word.
Thank you. Please look after him for us. I dare say we have all the good wishes we can carry. Let us be on our way.
The feathers are actually a headdress. Oh, I got it. They gave me a wind-up version of Grahatia. I think we're gonna pop them out for a little while. Where's it at? I have a little Grahatia. Reflections in crystal. Well, I suppose it's time. Are you ready, hero? Mm-hmm. Alright, let's not keep the others waiting. Ah, Master Hero, I have but this moment shown your associates in. Strange to think that I will not have the honor of showing them out again. But I am informed that you yourself may yet return, and I look forward to welcoming you on that happy day. Now, if you would care to follow me. Like I said, Plex, it's just day-to-day life. Home life, work life, all that. Sometimes it just hits you harder than usual. Ah, there you are. I take it you are ready for the journey. The spirit vessels are primed and our company complete. At a word from you, we shall begin. Upon beginning the soul imbuing ritual, several cutscenes will play in secrets. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Yep, let's begin the ritual. Very good. I shall distribute the vessels at once. True. Some people just need a little bit more time to get back up than others.
All right, then. Pray proceed as instructed, beginning with your memories.
No, it's okay.
The first step is complete, and all appeareth to be in order.
Well, that just leaves our souls, then. We're in your hands, Angelo.
Yes, it's a flying pig, by the way. And all the crystals fall to the ground and shatter, and everyone's dead. Game over.
It is done! The vessels have received of both their memories and their souls! I hereby entrust them to your care. They belong to you now. Just be sure to guard them well, yes?
Right.
This will work, won't it?
Our theories have held thus far, but I make no promises about what is to come. Even the greatest mages in history knew better than to transport a soul across the rift. We, my dear, are in unknown territory. Prepare as we might, we cannot account for all possibilities, and it is in such circumstances that accidents are wont to occur. Yet miracles do happen, so let us pray and will our friends home.
I won't stop praying until I know they're safe.
All safely stowed away? I do hope so. All that remains then is to step into the mirror. Go now, and safe travels.
Oh, cool. They didn't make me trudge all the way back. That was an inconvenient spot. Yeah, I'm probably getting some messages from work. Should probably check on this while the cutscene's going. And back.
Are we?
We're home.
Oh, you're back. You're back. You're all back.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. My body feels like a sack of potatoes, but otherwise, I've never felt better. That said, I doubt any of us will be fit to travel for some while. May we leave the rest to you?
It's their version of potato.
The vessel beareth our comrade's blood. With it in thy possession, the way will surely open before thee.
Oh yeah. We got a wake-up call to do.
What? But you've only just got here.
I hope you're talking about, like, soft-baked potatoes instead of regular ones, because that would hurt.
Tataru, might I trouble you to brew us all a pot of your special tea? Ah, and we may require an extra cup.
Oh, cool. I didn't have to run over to the Crystal Tower either. Sweet!
Yours is a long road, my friend, and it stretches onto places beyond imagining. With your every step, these grand adventures shall grow more distant and faint.
Surprised they didn't shatter when it
may
bounced.
come a day when you forget the faces and voices of those you have met along the way. On that day, I bid you remember this. That no matter how far your journey may take you, you stand where you stand by virtue of the road you walked to get there.
Kind of reminds me of a halberd more than an actual battle
For
axe.
in times of hardship, when you fear you cannot go on, the joy you have known, the pain you have felt, the prayers you have whispered and answered, they shall ever be your strength and your comfort.
Well, compared to some of the axes I've worn beforehand, yeah, this is a pretty strong weapon, but there are a lot stronger in the game right now. I still got 2 more expansions. On this character, at least. My main would have wiped the floor with this guy.
I hope. I believe. Here at memory's end.
If I took this character and went up against my main would squish him. Some days later. One looks bored, one looks just...
What is it, Alize? Are you all right? Do you still feel under the weather?
Physically, I couldn't be better. Thanks to Kryle's ministrations, I'm already looking forward to our next fight. But seriously, don't you have anything to say about that?
It's a little too much.
No less impressive than our garments. You've outdone yourself, Tataru.
To give credit where it's due, I had help from a certain fiery pixie who visited me in my dreams. They gave me all the information I needed to get the details just right. For your weapons, though, I needed a lot more help. Thankfully, our favorite heads of state were happy to place their finest craftsmen at my exclusive disposal.
Too bad they couldn't do that for me.
And speaking of the Alliance leaders, they all express their unreserved elation at your safe return, and promise to come and see you in person as soon as they can.
They really needn't have gone to such trouble. But we'll be keeping these gifts all the same. Do pass on our gratitude.
I realise we haven't taken up new martial arts, nor have I ever been one to set much store by appearances. But I can't help feeling a certain lack of I don't know, personal development.
I quite understand. But as you observed, the others had the more pressing need. Rest assured, our turn will come.
No, Alpha knows.
If I expend any more ether, I swear I will blink out of existence. I need a bite to eat.
Appreciate it, Plex. Literally a bite.
Tataru, a cup of tea, if you would be so kind. And something sweet.
I'm gonna have me a swig of my orange dreamsicle soda.
By Mistress Kryle's exhausted state, may I assume that the ward hath been restored?
Here we go.
Indeed. We succeeded in weaving it anew, albeit at a slightly diminished potency than when I had Becklug's assistance. It is no cause for concern, though. The tower is not easily reached, never mind breached. And even should some few succeed, their presence won't escape my notice.
Excellent. Said duty thus discharged, thou art free to go wheresoever thy fancy taketh thee. Upon which note, hast thou perchance come to a decision? The offer remaineth open.
Well, if you're certain that's what you... I mean, if you think I...
Graha, really?
Right. I accept. Henceforth, I shall count myself a scion of the Seventh Dawn. Grahatia, at your service.
And he becomes the most versatile member of the entire
when I
crew.
was a boy, many long years ago, I yearned to stand tall as the heroes of Eld. But, like a fool, seeking to pluck the stars from the heavens, my every attempt to reprise their deeds fell short.
Uh-oh.
Help! Somebody help! Hippogriffs! Hippogriffs on the rampage! A giant flock of them! Please, we need help!
Yeah. Simple fodder.
I could do with a little rampage myself.
What? Now wait, just a... Here we go again.
I will join the fray when I've finished my tea.
Thus did the Avatar of Destruction descend, and in her wake leave naught but tears and ash.
And then, one day, an all but forgotten dream from my youth stood before me, in the flesh.
No, really, though. Graha is like the most versatile character of our entire team now. Literally can fit any role. If you don't have a tank, he's a tank. If you don't have a healer, he's a healer. Otherwise, he's a damage dealer.
So it was that a new adventure began.
Oh yeah, back to this story beat. Senor Forehead Pimple.
The memory of a dying world's end. Night after night. And I thought it but a tired old dream.
I say, I knew that securing the palace would provide your radiance with depressingly little sport, but that you should fall asleep out of boredom. Splendid. Truly splendid. And my own preparations, you will be pleased to hear, proceed apace. Oh, yes. They proceed very well indeed. Frighteningly so. And we owe it not least of all to this singularly useful body I chanced to find. With the Populares now all but destroyed, it will be the simplest of tasks to discredit their groundless assertions that I met with a grisly end.
Oh, yeah.
And as the very much alive Lord of House Brutus, I have a vast fortune at my disposal. Ah, money, 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 the great motivator. There is simply no better way to move men and expedite plans than with its alluring glint. Would you not agree?
He made it hail.
But wait, were we not acquainted, you and I? Should our familiarity cause you distress, I beg your forgiveness.
What did you say your name was?
Oh, a dagger through my heart, that my deepest desire should forever remain unfulfilled, to live unrecognized, to die forgotten. Oh. So it goes. Whatever this flesh may have been before, it serves only as a vessel now. And
yeah, right.
Faithful Fandaniel, labor only to advance my lord's ambitions. Speaking of which, with the palace in our hands, we may now proceed with the next phase of the plan. But how very odd. Despite all our havoc-wreaking, old Elidibus did not deign to appear. Dare I hope that the last of the unsundered is gone? Imagine it! Bound no more by the shackles of mouldering memories of damnable duty, free at last to live for the moment! Your radiance. But give the word, and I shall go forth and prepare for you your hunting ground.
That which awaited was a fell beast. Ferocious, ravenous, remorseless.
Do as you will. It has been too long, my friend, and insufferably dull in your absence. When you return to me, you will share everything. Every blow will be a story unto itself. Every triumph, every kill. Rest assured, we shall have a fitting stage for our reunion. Oh yes, to reprise that transcendent moment, I will set this world ablaze. And we shall dance before the pyre.
The beast shall kindle the flames of the apocalypse.
Be that as it may be damaging.
Into its domain shall the hero set forth for the final chapter in the tale of this star.
It may be potentially damaging my channel, but the channel was literally created for three things actually. The first is to share experiences of video game story with everyone else. 2 was to work on my own social insecurities. And 3 was to curate and help grow the artistic talents of others. Basically the 3 cornerstones for me, for my channel's creation. Ah, you're back. Tell me, hero. You think I was excessively familiar earlier? In my tone and mannerism? I thought it better to be familiar than formal if we were to be comrades. But now I worry that I may have detracted from the gratitude and respect I harbor for everyone. Perhaps we might consider it a nod to my regrettably less than humble beginnings. Yes, that will do. Oh, yeah, those 2 are actually going to be some of the most successful villains of the story. Being free to live as one pleases is not without its challenges. In a way, it was easier when I had a mission that consumed my every waking moment. It provided me with a focus, a constant push in a singular direction. By the way, was casting spells always so draining? I had quite forgotten what it was like to do it without the tower. I've rarely felt so exhausted or hungry. Yet if all I did was bend the bow, I would be of limited use to you on your adventures, so I shall persevere. Whoever I might have been before, I am now a scion, and an inexperienced scion at that. A green initiate eager to learn how best to contribute to the cause. That he might follow in the footsteps of his inspiration. Well, you've dug quite a deep hole many times inside of 7 Days to Die. Grahatia is now available as a trust companion. Hope's Legacy. What did I get for a title this time? Shepherd to the Stars. Nice. And I got the Exterminator for Crush My Enemies. Alice's Quest. Oh, greetings, hero. Come to look in on our friends. Rest assured, everyone is quite well. I've been keeping a close eye on them, and have satisfied myself that they are all in fine health. I'm pretty sure you have a giant honeycomb system working right now, and you have practically plumbed the entire depths of your world. Or gotten pretty far. As a matter of fact, they're just about to convene in Dawn's Respite to discuss how best to use their pent-up energy. Let's join them, shall we?
Well, my friends, now that we have all settled back into our bodies, it is time we resumed our duties in earnest. Let us speak of our plans.
Ever since the Emperor's death, it's been one unsettling rumor after another. I've a mind to pay a visit to Garlemald to ascertain the truth of the matter.
I love the fact that he's a tank, but he's also a sneak.
A prudent endeavor. 'Tis of the essence that we establish the full extent of the threat, not least if it should prove that Xenos doth indeed orchestrate events from the shadows.
I still have yet to find any actual diamonds in 7 Days to Die, but I haven't really done a lot of mining.
In light of which possibility, I shall accompany thee on thy mission. Be assured that thou shalt find me more a help than a hindrance. Thou requirest another to imbue thine ammunition, dost thou not?
Assuming that's settled, there's something I've been meaning to look into as well.
Welcome back, everyone!
Lise!
You're fine now, right? No more headaches or keeling over?
That's right. We're fighting fit and raring to go.
The famous Lise Hext, former scion and hero of the Alamegan resistance.
I don't believe we've met. Really? It's so easy to assume that all Archons are acquainted.
But then I suppose your fields of expertise are rather different.
I was going to look for that, but I forgot what it was.
At your service. I have read much and more about your exploits, Commander. It is a pleasure to finally make your acquaintance.
By the way, that his staff is made out of a part of the Crystal Tower, hence why it looks the way it does.
Likewise. The others told me all about you.
Do not be so sure. Words scarcely do justice to the vital role he played in our victory in the first. A more dependable comrade one would be hard-pressed to find.
Oh, right. I did glance at the report. But I'd be lying if I said I understood half of it.
Oh yeah, that's what I was looking up. I was going to see how far I am into this portion.
Well, that's a lot to take in. Just to be clear, this means we're not heading for another calamity, does it?
Shorn of their unsundered master's leadership, what Ascians remain shall struggle to see their plans to fruition. And though I would ever advise caution, I believe we may rest easy for a time.
I'll take that as a yes. Even so, I don't know what to make of this business about Hydaelyn and Zodiac being primals.
A difficult truth to bear, yes. But at last we understand the nature of our adversary. And if there are no further calamities, neither will there be rejoinings, meaning Zodiac will never regain his full strength. Even so, as the oldest and mightiest of primals, he remains a force to be feared. Though his is a power born of the desire for salvation, we have seen the havoc it may wreak. And it falls to us to ensure that it is never again brought to bear upon this star.
But tell us, Lys, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit?
What do you mean? Isn't seeing my long-lost comrades reason enough? All right, there was one other matter. I have a message from the Alliance, and before you ask, yes, it's about the Empire. So, after Emperor Varys' assassination, it seems his cousin Nerva made a bid for the throne. The trouble is, he wasn't the only one with designs on it, and it didn't take long for a civil war to break out. And it's not just in the provinces. Early reports say huge swathes of the Imperial capital have been reduced to rubble. The Alliance will soon convene in Alamigo to decide on a course of action, and we were hoping you'd come along.
Well, as it happens, Urianger and I were just this moment planning a little trip to Garlemald, and we should be grateful for any advice the Alliance can provide on how best to make the most of our visit.
To Alamigo, then.
Why don't you go on without me? There's something I need to look into.
Ah, forgive me. You were just telling us. What is it, if I may ask?
I want to find a way to cure the Tempered.
Of course. You think it may be possible to adapt the treatment you use to help those corrupted by the Sin Eaters?
I'm sorry, a cure for tempering? But that would change everything. Alizé, consider yourself uninvited. Go and find us this cure.
I'll do my best. I was hoping you might join me. Don't worry if not, though. I won't hold it against you if you'd rather attend a stuffy meeting.
What meeting? Lead on. I like stuffy meetings. What meeting? Lead on.
I knew you'd say yes.
I'll come too. If you don't mind, that is.
Sure thing.
Mind? I'm sure they would be glad of your company. Pray, enjoy your time together with your hero.
No. That's not... I mean, I simply thought my knowledge might be of some use.
Later, Plex. Don't forget to check out Plex's Gaming.
We shall be on our way then. Godspeed.
Another cutscene. When I set out to save Halric, I think Gabu was always at the back of my mind. And having proved that the light corrupted are not lost, I am convinced that the same must be true of the Tempered. Similar to those corrupted by the Sin Eaters, the aether of Gabu's soul has been rendered stagnant. And though the root cause is different, perhaps the solution is the same. It is by no means an unreasonable hypothesis, Alizé, and it warrants full investigation. If there's even a chance that we can save Gabu, we have to try. But however much I'd like to race over the limbs that is set to work, there's no room for recklessness. Not with the child's life. Not when a child's life is at stake. As I'm sure Beck-Lug would remind us, we still know little and less about the soul. Any number of things could go wrong if we don't exercise due caution. And so before attempting anything, we should learn all we possibly can about tempering. There's just one problem. Research into the condition has long since ground to a halt, and the combined work of the many scholars involved doesn't exactly amount to a wealth of knowledge. Not to the modern scholars, perhaps, but what of their ancient counterparts? I know the Allagons took a more than passing interest in the subject. And if what we seek is to be found anywhere, it would surely be at the Aetherochemical Research Facility. Where they experimented on primals and their worshippers, yes. Good thinking. I've never actually been there myself, but I did read the reports on Ozzy's Law, which means we'll be needing an airship. An airship, you say? Meet me at the northern bank of Silvertear Lake. I've got a little surprise for you. Oh, and come prepared to travel. She has her own. I give you the Bonanza, the Science's very own airship. I built her as a company project with help from our friends at the Rising Stones and named her for her luck and prosperity. Totaro, this is amazing. We'll be able to fly just about anywhere we want. Our garments were impressive enough, but to build an entire airship, I see the annals did not exaggerate the many talents of the Scion's fabled coin keeper. I'd also introduce myself as your pilot, except the training didn't go quite as well as I'd hoped. But that's alright, because we've hired this capable fellow here instead. The Bonanza is equipped with a full complement of mana cutters, by the way. Feel free to use them to get around Ozzy's Law. But enough talk, it's time to fly. All aboard. Honestly, Sid would be jealous of the way that airship flies. Totaro has outdone herself. Anyway, here we are on Ozzy's Law, and Alphino's report did not do the scale of this place justice. The wisdom of Alec. I guess we're gonna do Ova meatballs again. This appears to be Helix, which means we stand at the Alpha Quadrant. To the east lies the Beta Quadrant, and... yes, I believe I have my bearings. Though this is my first time on Ozzy's Law, I do have some familiarity with the place thanks to the records in the Crystal Tower. Unless I am mistaken, this path leads to an aetherite, beyond which there will be an information terminal. I suggest we begin our search there. Alrighty. We're getting some good distance on our story. I'm underneath 20 missions before Hidden Endwalker. Yay! And here's the terminal. A moment while I search the archives for references to tempering. Ah, there we are. Iconic corruption, an overview. That sounds promising. Indeed. Let us see what this report has to say. Huh. Confound it, the contents appear to have been deleted. What? No, it isn't there something you can do? Not from here, I'm afraid. But it may be that another copy of the report exists elsewhere. The question is, where to look? It says here the report was written by someone named Owen. Is it likely that he kept a copy? I would say it is a distinct possibility. Assuming he was a researcher here, he will have had quarters on the Habisphere. We can ascertain the details that Habisphere control. Let us return to the Bonanza and avail ourselves of the mana cutters. We will need them to reach our destination. I forgot, you already have a suitable means of transport, don't you? No need to waste time accompanying us back to the ship, then. We'll see you at the Habisphere. Ah, cool, you guys left me alone. I'll ride my flying Tyrannosaurus, thank you very much. Where are we headed? No, so we're heading east. Can you land up here? Oh, you can. Interesting. I discovered a new location. If the late Owen did indeed have a chamber here, this note will be able to tell us his number. There, from what I recall of the layout, it should be somewhere in the vicinity of... Warning, an evacuation order is presently in effect. Entry to the Habisphere is not permitted at this time. Foiled again. In all likelihood, the order would have been imposed during the Fourth Umbral Calamity, and I doubt it will be lifted in the near future. This is energy level critical. Returning to base for recharging. Well, surely there must be some other way to gain access. Force, for example? Ere we resort to that, I have an idea. Were we to send a surge of energy through yonder control mechanism, it should prompt the system to restart, releasing the locks. As for a suitable energy source, a concentrated lightning shard might suffice. Happily, I seem to recall that they are known to form at points of stagnant aether throughout the continent. Seem to recall. Are you honestly telling me that was in the records too? Ha, I am. A report sent to the capital mentioned that lightning-aspected ether was prone to pulling on the continent, resulting in surges that interfered with equipment. A minor detail, I grant you, but in my role as caretaker of the Crystal Tower, there was no such thing as too much Algon knowledge. Besides, my studies helped me to feel connected to the source, to home. I must have explored this facility 1,000 times in my mind, but to finally stand here with the two of you, 'tis more exhilarating than I can well express. Now then, the lightning shard. If I may, I suggest we split up and search the Beta Quadrant. Oh, but beware of the sprites. They are wont to manifest where the aether is stagnant. Now you're just showing off, which makes me think that we should make a contest of this. The first to return here with the shard wins. What do you say? Very well. It would be my honor to come third. Alright. I gotta go get myself a heavily aspected lightning shard. Guys are a lot stronger than I thought they would be. Oh, whoops. Probably be a good idea for me to actually pick the shard up. Bravo, that was quite a show, adventurer. Why? The spectacle proved so enthralling that all thoughts of the prize slipped my mind. I appear to have forfeited our little race. Congratulations. The lightning shard is yours. This is... who are you? Show yourself at once. What? No dramatic entrance? You've changed. Very funny. Now let's get back to work. What? No dramatic entrance? Yeah, you remember that? In my defense, I was caught up in the moment. It isn't every day you meet an honest-to-God's hero, after all. Well, the contest continues, so you'd better hurry back. Ah, but one last thing. Thank you, hero, for bringing me here. You know, I had that promise to take you on an adventure. We are just starting. It appears Alice had no luck, so victory is yours. Congratulations now then. May I have the shard? Kind of mash that all together a little bit. Ah, what is it that makes you so much better at finding things? What do you have that I don't? That is a question I too have asked myself on numerous occasions. I suspect we could both learn a great deal from Hero, and not only about the secrets of adventuring, but come, we should attend to our mission. Excellent. The system responded exactly as intended, and we now have access to the atmosphere. Only one obstacle remains. The security systems within. Should they be triggered, they could make life rather difficult for us. In light of which, pray leave the rest to me. If I am right, my royal blood should allow me to venture in unmolested. Assuming this place works like the Crystal Tower, yes, but if it doesn't, you'll be on your own. I want you to promise us that you'll get out of at the first sign of trouble. I promise. Wish me luck. Well, nothing for it but to sit tight. I'm sure this Owen fellow was very learned, but iconic corruption and overview sound like a studium thesis. We all had to write one. Lest you wonder, mine was about the combat applications of Aether. I'm nothing if not practical. Alpha Nodes is more philosophical, of course. Political, dare I say it. He chose to write a lengthy discourse on our nation's duty to the world. A controversial subject, to say the least. He asserted that Charlene's knowledge should rightly be used to protect all life of the Tsar, in direct opposition to the country's cherished policy of non-intervention. Being a leading member of the Forum, our father was not happy. At the time, of course, Alphino was utterly convinced of his views and would cheerfully argue to the death with anyone who saw things differently. By which I mean the rows were long. To be fair to him, though, he's since learned to be a little more open-minded, but deep down he still holds fast to that one belief, and I admire him for it. I should have liked to meet the young Alphino. For what it's worth, my thesis concerned the Allegon civilization as depicted in folklore. Oh, you're back. I didn't know you attended the studio. I didn't. A thesis was required to earn my Archon's mark. My peers at the Students of Baldessian convinced me to write one with the promise of unfettered access to forbidden tomes. Though I considered it no more than a means to an end at the time, I will admit it was gratifying to have my efforts acknowledged. Good gods, an Archon's thesis. I shudder to imagine the work involved. But enough about that. Is this the fruit of your foray? Yes, Owen's archive node. It was waiting for me in his chamber. If a copy of his report still survives, it would be stored in this device. Shall we find out? Blip. Initializing. Scanning for registered user. User not found. To proceed as a guest, please complete biometric authentication. Blip. Verifying. Bloop. Authentication complete. Guest identified as member of the royal family. I am at your most humble service, your highness. It never ceases to amuse me. 'Tis but a pity the effect will not last forever. Doga Unune said as much when they granted me this gift, but until such time as it fades, I shall use it gratefully. Search archive for iconic corruption. Blip, searching. Bloop. One item found, iconic corruption and overview. The report is locked by the author. Please state password. Well, go on then, your highness. Tell the nice node the password. Right, let's see. Glory be to Alleg. Long live Emperor Zandy. Blip bloop, password incorrect. Please try again. Confound it. Come now, passwords are invariably short and simple. For instance... Password. The notion that the password could be something so inane would be laughable were it not dangerously stupid. Furthermore, your conduct in the presence of His Highness is grossly inappropriate. Know your place, handmaiden. What did the thing just call me? Wild Rose. Courage. Okay, courage. Blip bloop, password incorrect. Again, be warned that any further inappropriate behavior in the presence of His Highness will not be tolerated. Alright, that's it. I say we dismantle it and manually extract what we need. Now, let's not be too hasty. A single misstep and we risk losing the report altogether. I believe this may be a task for Sid and his colleagues. If anyone can coax Machina into cooperating, it is them. Yep. Come, let us bear the node back to the Rising Stones. Reviving the legacy. I should probably mention that I have yet to meet Sid once since waking up. Rambros did send word to the Ironworks, but it appears our friend has been afield on urgent business. Nevertheless, I assure you my proposal to seek his help is no pretext, however much I might look forward to seeing him again. Him and everyone, but come, let us be on our way. Look at him, all but running, how sweet. Still, it wouldn't do to keep him waiting, shall we? Back to Mordona. Oof, I took a nosedive. Wonderful news, hero. Totaro contacted Sid on our behalf, and he is on his way here even as we speak. While we wait, I should like very much to hear what transpired at the Alliance Council. Would you be so kind, Kryl? As you know, the meeting was convened to discuss how best to respond to recent events in Garlemald. According to intelligence from our Dome and allies, the War of Succession rages on and the Empire remains without a leader. Amidst the chaos, the Imperial legions in the provinces have begun to move independently of the motherland. Of greatest concern to us is the third, a legion aligned with Lord Nerva. It appears they have received substantial financial backing from House Brutus. Brutus? Aren't they the ones who took on Yatsu and Asahi? This bodes well. Xenos' movements, meanwhile, remain shrouded in mystery. We're hoping that Thancred and Urianger will be able to shed some light on his activities when they return. Until such time as they do, the Allied leaders feel it would be unwise to interfere with the conflict, and so, thanks in part to the Imperial withdrawal from Gimlet, they have decided to turn their attention to the primal problem once more. Working with friendly factions among the Beast Tribes, they hope to reopen dialogue and explore new avenues for peace. Given the timing, I suspect they wish to put their respective houses in order ahead of the decisive clash with the Empire. Whatever their intent, it is not a problem easily solved. The Lominsons in particular struggle in their efforts, and Alphinaud and Y'shtola have been called upon to aid them. So long as we are dealing with the Temperate, I'm afraid no amount of dialogue will avail us. But if we can develop a treatment for Temperain, then anything is possible, which is why we must succeed. And on that cheery note, why not make yourselves comfortable in Don's respite? I'll show Sid in as soon as he arrives. Sounds good to me. Sid! Forgive us for not coming to see you sooner, my friend. As you may have heard, we've had our hands full. In our defense, you are up rather early. I was under the impression you'd be slumbering a while longer. Though I would have been, had you not fulfilled your promise. Ha! I still struggle with that idea. From where I stand, the secrets of traversing time and space seem exactly as unfathomable as they ever did. But if an alternate version of myself has already laid them bare, I dare say that frees me up to concentrate on other endeavors. Speaking of which, you wanted my help with something. What is it? Well, a treatment for tempering. And for the next step, you need to find the password to this Alagon's report. Just so, with nary a clue to guide us, we could be here forever and still not guess correctly, and thus we turn to you. Well, I'd love to say that we could help you, so I will. Once suitably configured, a Magitech terminal should make short work of identifying the password. I knew I could rely on you. Now, anticipating that it might be of use, I took the liberty of borrowing a tombstone from Rambros. It contained an Alagon dictionary. Good thinking. I'll transfer the information to a terminal and set it to work right away. Looks like it's finished. Let's see. Freedom. The password is freedom. Short and simple, just as I said. Would you care to do the honors, Your Highness? I would, my lady. Oh. Node, open the report entitled Iconic Corruption and Overview. Password freedom. Password accepted. Bloop. Opening report. This report seeks to provide an overview of the mechanism by which icons corrupt and bind men to their will. The phenomenon we call corruption refers to the alteration of the aether of the soul. Said ether ordinarily exists in equilibrium, no one element being more prominent than another. When a subject is exposed to the aether of an icon, this changes, their soul taking on the properties of the entity in question. By way of an example, exposure to the aether of the fiend Sephiroth would cause a subject's aether to become aligned with the element of earth. As a consequence, the subject would attain heightened affinity with earth-aspected magics, as well as preternatural levels of endurance. Repeated exposure would further enhance these traits, ultimately altering the subject's very flesh. The changes undergone by the subject are not solely attributable to elemental alignment, however. Further testing has determined that the subject's soul becomes umbrally charged or stagnant during the process. This stagnation of the soul has the effect of diluting the sense of self, rendering the subject vulnerable to the will of the icon, the thoughts of whom come to consume their entire existence. In this manner do the corrupted become worshippers of the icon, their prayers serving to further empower the entity. Having discerned the mechanism of iconic corruption, my colleagues and I set out to develop a material capable of shielding one from its effects, an endeavor in which we were successful, albeit at a great cost. In the course of testing, many of my assistants, good men and women all, fell victim to corruption, and in accordance with protocol they were summarily put to death. I subsequently submitted a proposal to investigate potential cures for corruption, but it was rejected, deemed non-essential by Lord Amon. Though I knew it would be fruitless, I protested the decision, and for my impertinence I have been stripped of rank and title and will shortly be expelled from this facility. In all likelihood, this report will be expunged from the archives. Nonetheless, I record it in the hope that one day someone will undertake to do that which I could not, and find a cure for the victims of iconic corruption. End recording. So not even the Allagons are able to find a cure, or rather, we're not given the chance to do so. One cannot help but wonder what motivated Lord Amon's decision. More importantly, this confirms that stagnation of the soul is indeed the problem, and Angelo can remedy that. True. Yet were we simply to reanimate a tempered soul, I fear it would do naught to diminish the individual's fanatical faith. Indeed, it may well intensify it. Now, we would somehow need to suppress the primal's hold over the subject at the same time, or risk them ever remaining its thrall. We could only make them remember who they were. So there's no point in reviving their soul unless we can also restore their sense of self. But of course, memory transference. The process has the effect of compartmentalizing memories, separating them into manageable bundles, if you will. By adapting the technique, it may be possible to achieve selective reanimation. That is, limit the effects to only those memories that existed prior to tempering. Through thus restoring the sense of self, we could theoretically drown out the incitements of false faith which had come to dominate the individual's thoughts. You see, the theory seems sound. And our experience treating the light corrupted would help us to identify suitable memories for reanimation. But are you confident you can adapt memory transference as required? I seem to recall your attempts to do so while trying to bring us home culminated in literal bloodletting. They did, you were right. Despite my best efforts, I could not recreate the mechanism, and I concede that the rather clumsy compromise I reached would not provide the basis for a cure. Then perhaps it's better that we consider another approach. Your doubts are understandable, but this time I believe we have reason to be confident. You see, nodes such as these were built with the ability to simulate magics, which leads me to believe that it may be capable of performing simulations of the transference technique. If so, we would be able to conduct years' worth of tests within the space of a few days. In theory, it would be no different from how we identified the password. But it'll take more calculating power, a lot more. I honestly couldn't say whether our equipment would be up to the task. Tell me, Sid, why do you suppose Owen locked his report behind a password? Keep it from prying eyes, of course. Why else? Wait. A password that would be guessed by anyone with leisure in a dictionary wouldn't keep it from a person minded to look. No, he wanted his report to be seen by those who strive for freedom. Not unlike the members of a certain distinguished engineering collective, I believe their motto was freedom through technology or some such. You two, round up as many Magitech terminals as you can find and bring them to the workshop. Right away, Chief. Things are about to get very busy. Lucky we have you to help, eh? Right, well, Grahatia and I can figure the terminals. I want the rest of you to procure supplies. Namely, ceruleum to fuel the terminals and ice shards to keep them cool. The more we have of both, the better. Give the ice shards to me. I'll round up some adventurers and go on a gathering spree. In that case, I'll trust Hero and Alice with the ceruleum. Here's a promissory note for each of you. Take them to the Sky Steel Manufactory in Ishgard and the Cerulean Processing Plant in Thanalin. The people there will give you what we need. Yours is a well-known face in the Holy See, I believe. If it's all the same to you, I'll head to Thanalin. Fun. I'm going to the Holy See. Oh, man. You stand in a Sky Steel Manufactory. What is it you require? So you were after ceruleum. In that case, please present the note to our engineer at the airship landing. He shall be glad to assist you. I forgot where the airship landing's at. Oh, well, we'll just go over here to this. Ah, there we go. We're gonna go here. This'll work. Perfect. Ceruleum, you've come to the right man. Fair warning, though, the price has shot up on account of the uncertainty with the Empire, so I hope you've got the coin. Well, now, a promissory note from the ironworks. Don't see many of these. Not that it's a problem. It's as good as gold to me. Hey, look who it is. Perfect timing.
My friend! After the disappointment of not seeing you in Alamigo, what good fortune to chance upon you here of all places. As you may have heard, the Allied nations are making a renewed effort to address the primal problem. To that end have I invited the chieftain of the Vanu to Ishgard, that we might together plot a course. Since the war with the Empire appears to be nearing its conclusion, I would also like to call upon Estinian's lance. Alas, he is, as ever, a difficult man to find. I am informed he recently paid a visit to the Rising Stones. Should he happen to do so again, be sure to pass on my regards, won't you?
Sure thing.
But tell me, what business brings you to our fair city this day? A cure for tempering. You never cease to amaze me. Until now, our only hope has been prevention, our every failure irrevocable. But this would rewrite the rules of engagement. It could end the cycle of bloodshed. Very well. You shall have all the ceruleum we can provide, and an airship with which to transport it.
Cool.
In this matter, you may count on Ishgard's full support.
I'm home. Oh boy.
Who would have thought cerulean weighed so much? Serves me right for being stubborn, I suppose. I should have just done what you did and accepted help.
Good work, you two. This is all we asked for and more. Quite a lot more now that I look at it. Lord Emmerich, eh? And entirely by chance. Ha! Some people have all the luck.
We have also succeeded in configuring the terminals, thanks in no small part to our able assistant.
Ha! Narrow.
It's been a while, hero. You seem surprised to see me. Lest you misunderstand, I've no interest in such things as cures for temporary. But if you mean to achieve that which eluded even the storied Allagans, it seemed plain that you would require my expertise. And so it proved. Is that not right, Garland?
Ask Jessie. She was the one who hired you. All I know is you're an employee of the Ironworks now, so you'll bloody well earn your keep.
That wasn't the only reason I agreed to cooperate. I'm reliably informed that Garland and I are destined to unravel the secrets of travel not only across dimensions, but through time. Doubtless the lion's share of the credit lies with me. 9 parts to Garland's 1. And this research will be a stepping stone to that illustrious achievement.
Very well then. I'll do 1/10 of the work. Just the part that's beyond you.
Whatever you say, Garland.
Right. If everyone's ready, let's begin. All appears to be in order. Now, we just have to wait for it to find us our magic. Why not take this opportunity to put your feet up? This may take a while.
Is it gonna cutscene me again, or is it gonna... Yep, it's gonna cutscene me again. We're all falling asleep.
Damn it. It's overloading.
She won't last much longer!
We'll have to shut it down.
Wait! We're close! So very close!
Oh!
Well, this is going swimmingly.
Please, a moment longer. I beg you. There!
They had it for a second.
I was able to memorize the magic before it faded. It still needs to be put to the proof, but I believe we have our cure.
I guess he has an eidetic memory.
It's just as well. She'll never run again.
The fault is mine. I'm sorry.
Don't be. It may fall short of dimension hopping, but a cure for tempering is not to be sniffed at. This, my friend, is a world-changing discovery. One we're proud to have had a hand in. A few Magitech terminals are a pittance to pay.
Thank you.
Well, we've done what we can. The rest is up to you.
Excuse me. Whoop. Alrighty. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this here. Thank you all for watching. This has been part 136 of my live stream playthrough for Final Fantasy XIV. If you liked it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. Keep with content. Comment down below. Tell me what you think about the game and my gameplay. Though no spoilers, please. And I will see you in the next video. Catch you then. Later. Don't forget to check out Plexus Gaming as well for some really fun content. Anyways, bye.